Welcome, everybody. Another edition of the Stretch Run. I'm your host, Justin. Welcome for being here. Oldy is here. You just can't see him, but he is here. Apologies a little bit late. I don't know, Oldy. We're both having a little bit technical
Yeah.
difficulties. On my end, man, I don't know. I'm getting like a huge lag. Thanks, everybody. Sorry for being late. But Oldy, I know you've been trying to figure out your camera. Maybe we'll get it to work. How you doing, brother?
Other than that, and as Justin knows, 5 minutes before the show was supposed to start, my internet completely went out. So I'm running on internet fumes here with just a tad bit of bandwidth. So until everything comes back to normal from Comcast, I may be audio only today,
All
or
right.
for a little while.
That's all right. We got Laurel Park today starting Gulfstream. I love it. Starting about 2:30 something in the late pick 5. Alan, welcome. Mike, Doug, Scott, everybody. Great basketball. Anybody watch Gonzaga last night? Oldie, did you see the Zags?
I did see the Zags choke and then snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Hey, UCLA was the one who choked, man. They were up 10. I have no idea what happened at the end of the game and why they would ever allow that play to even happen. But I was happy that they let that play happen and he just got a wide open 3-pointer.
Well, you were only up 1, so you couldn't foul there.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, but they didn't even try to press. They just let him bring the ball up and just shoot the 3. It was funny, right? If you listen to it after, they were like, oh yeah, we practice that play every day.
Yeah.
And but they had been pressing and I mean, if anybody, you could have fouled Timmy, right? I mean, he's just not a free throw shooter. But I thought they didn't play a little more defense, but it didn't really matter to me. I'm glad the Zags won. My bracket hinges upon Gonzaga and San Diego State of any bracket I have, which San Diego State plays today. I'm excited to see what happens there. I have them in a bunch of parlays from last night. So let's chat Laurel, though, because Laurel is muddy and it's sloppy. And we're going to play Laurel today, Oldy, because we're going to play Laurel again. I'm just double singling in this sequence. I actually think there's a couple cool bets, to be honest, from an EquinEdge standpoint. But let's talk about this. We got about 10 minutes, I think, until post time. That is your ticket. You're single to the 5 in race 8. This 2-horse, to be honest with you, in race 5, Timely Tradition, I thought about singling, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it's 4-5 at the moment. But you spread here. I ended up spreading 2, but the 2 is getting absolutely crushed at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't see the 2 at all, and I really like the back class on the 5 in race 8 as my single. I also think there's a lot of speed in that race, and it may be the ideal setup for the 5.
Yeah, I mean, there is, and I think the 2 will probably get a good trip too. And this horse, the 2, is dropping in class, 14 wins compared to many of these others, was the long shot and had a morning line angle, but this horse is no value anymore as it's even money. And Jay, welcome, man. Good to see you. It's been a while, Jay. But I am spread here. So Oldy, I decided, can you see my ticket with your screen?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. So I spread in the first, and then I double singled. So I'm singling the 11, right? Anti-Rona in this next race. And is race 6? Yeah, race 6. Maiden claimer, right? Bunch of first-time starters.
Yeah.
This horse is 30% to win, and his EquinEdge long shot. So I just said, I'm just going to trust the system. Trainer jockey, 17%. I have no idea who these connections are at all because I rarely play Laurel. But I was like, hey, the system loves this horse. I should love this horse.
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of my handicapping here last night before the scratches. And, a lot of these first-time starters have good works and, are pretty, normally we'd pay attention when you see a first-time starter with a 15% win percentage. They're on the 3 or 10% on the 5.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would disagree with you. I just thought,
yeah,
like, well, this horse should sit a good trip from an outside post here. So I don't know. I couldn't pass it up. I didn't really love the sequence. So I thought I liked the 7 in the next race. So I just thought I would, decide to kind of spread in a few legs and then double single.
well, and I just couldn't use the 0 for 9 or 0 for 12 horse.
Yeah, I do agree with you. The 12 Lady Lancer, second EquinEdge pick, but 0 for 12. Like, why should this horse win today? I don't know. So I definitely thought it'd be a first time starter race, which is the win percent thinks that as well, which I like to see. So I just thought, I'll go with the top win percent. And it was the first time starter and the EquinEdge long shot. I can't imagine we will get anywhere near 12-1, but it will be interesting to see.
For sure. No, I all the favorites were scratched out. So, for me, the morning line is completely meaningless.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go to leg 3, race number 7. You are spread to the 1-4-7 here. The one thing I noticed about this race, Oldy, is there is absolutely no speed.
Yes.
Like, no speed. The one horse won 2 back, 20 lengths off the lead, right? The 4 horse, even better. This horse won 26 lengths in the last race. 26. I don't know how they're going to do it today, but you spread 1-4-7. So tell me a little bit about how you landed here.
Again, I handicapped a lot of this last night, and then with the scratches, the 7 was not only pace when the 6 was in here, and the 7 is 1 for 10 lifetime. And so my strategy originally was to take the 2 horses that had more than 1 win in this race, the 1 and the 4. And then after scratches, I added the 7 here.
Yeah, as you'll see, I double singled here, and I just singled the 7 because I thought that you don't have a better jockey, right? Oldy, how many did this guy win last week? 7 races.
7 out of 8, out of the 8 ones he ran in.
So I figured even before the 6 scratched, I liked this horse, and I thought that he was just going to send and try to wire the field. Once I saw that there was just no speed in this race, the 3 horse obviously a little bit concerning because it has the apprentice and maybe decides to put a little pace in the race. But I thought Rodriguez would be tough here. The morning line thought the same. So we will see. Ron, good to see you. Alan, that was smart. You took today off. I would have liked to take today off too. I feel that, but it's almost the weekend, Oldy. We're almost there. All right, let's go. Oldy, you are singled in race 8 to the 5. Moody Woman.
Yes, Moody Woman finished 3rd at 7 furlongs in a grade 3 last time out at 72 SOR. I'm sorry. Yeah, 72 SOR. Has a win against 66, which is better than this group. Has been shuffling between stakes and allowance company, and I think it sits an ideal trip here today.
Yeah, I for sure could see it. I don't. I ended up spreading here, to be honest, but that's just because I was singled elsewhere, and I thought this horse would be tough. I thought that the 3 horse was a little bit interesting. I did think the 1 was a little bit sneaky. Rodriguez rides on the rail. This horse, will be interesting. I kind of think about him, although I don't really know well enough because I rarely play at Laurel. But I thought maybe that I looked 3 back here. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe this horse somehow is going to improve here. But 8% the morning line liked a little bit, but I like your single. I mean, 42% could get a really easy pace set up. I did notice it's sloppy, Oldy, which I didn't. I don't know if you noticed that when you handicapped.
When I handicapped last night, no. So, but I did notice that. But for my 5 goes from 65 to 67 on the wet GSR.
Well, good. Okay. And then the last, there's a big favorite here, your analysis. You were similar to me, and you didn't trust this horse. I actually thought the 7 was the most interesting horse. Hey Diddle Diddle in this race, Oldy, and I think has a shot to upset the 3, who's going to be probably a big favorite. You also use the 7 and then the 5.
Yeah, the 5's 0 for 15, but is getting a little bit of relief here. Ran a second in a maiden special weight last time out at Mahoning Valley, and I just thought this horse could sit and be right there with the 3, and possibly with a better trip could win the race.
I went all here to beat this horse. I just don't trust this 3 horse. I do think somebody just said in the chat the 1. Yeah, John, I do think the 1's interesting as well. I mean, it's a long shot, so 7%. I because I double singled here, I almost just played like a really, really cheap ticket, but I'm like, well, maybe I'll try to catch prices in some of these other legs. But I played a little pick 3 early, but at the end here, I spread Oldy, just hoping that the 3 horse ends up not running. I mean, this horse has been running at this same SOR, which, it looks like it's dropping to a maiden 30 out of 45, but in reality, for Brittany Russell and Toledo, I mean, this horse has been running at this SOR. So this is not a great field, though, right? I think that's obviously why this horse is going to probably be a heavy favorite.
Agreed.
All right, where are we at? We got 4 minutes until race number 5 at Laurel Park. Looks like Gulfstream will piggyback. Maybe how much time we got till Gulfstream? We have
13 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we'll jump there, Oldie, until Laurel Park starts. Before we get there, I'll show these again. So for anybody in the chat, that's my ticket, double singled to 1 first-time starter price. That 11 horse is the EquinEdge long shot, 30% top to win. Hopefully you could probably see in the probables what type of price you're getting, but hopefully a little bit of a price. And then there is Oldie's ticket. He is singled to the 5, Moody Woman, in race number 8. We have 3 minutes till Laurel, so let's talk a minute about Gulfstream Park, Oldie. How did you like this sequence today at Gulfstream?
I thought it was really difficult. I struggled between my single and my second choice in terms of which horse should be the single. But I also thought this could come out really chalky as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say chalky, but I thought it was really interesting, to be honest. But you singled the 4. That ain't too shabby in race number 8. Tell me a little bit about this horse.
Yeah, so this is the E long shot. Coming off a layoff for Mark Casse. Was running well previous to the layoff. 6-1 on the morning line, 9-2 on the E morning line. Is tactical, has shown speed in the past, has also shown the ability to sit. You'll see its 2 victories. It was 3, almost 4 lengths back in both of those victories. So I think this horse has the ability to not get eaten up on the pace, but sit tactically in a good position and pounce. Like I said, 3-star work, 17% to win. Is tied for, or right there for the top GSR, right there with the top SOR at the distance in this race. And I think is going to be in a better position than the 7, who was the other horse I liked in this race.
Yeah, I thought the 7 was interesting because I ragged to board. Yeah. That trainer jockey percent was crazy, if I remember correctly, on Amazing Queen. Yeah, 50%. He has a couple mounts today. Didn't get a chance to look too much, but I ended up singling in the last, which I think was to Irad on the Safi horse. So, you know, I don't know. Safi claim rhymes like dimes back
Yeah.
here. And so that to me, I thought, you know, was in the 9 hole here going 8 furlongs. That's never easy, to be honest, going one churn, slides in. I didn't really like the pace at all, the 2 or the 4 here.
Mm.
So I just thought that he was going to sit the trip on the 6 horse in the last race. So,
Well, I was kind of disappointed that the 10 scratched because that was a really interesting horse. I'm not sure that horse wanted to run a mile. We were talking about this, a few of us on Twitter last night, actually, because that's a horse that has multiple stakes victories and had been in against Mind Control and Frenzy Fire. But you know, looking here, my note on that horse was Safi Reclaim, lost for 6.25, Reclaim for 8,000, but is dropping back to 6.25.
yeah, well, it won.
Which,
And then I don't know who Morazan is, but yeah, it lost at a 54. I mean, it's bottom level. So I just don't think there's a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, to me though, if Safi thought this horse, you know, if this horse was going to be ready to run and he wasn't trying to get it reclaimed again, he would have kept it at 8K.
Yeah, I can see it. We'll just have to
And
wait and see.
also, it won a condition 6.25, and this is an open claiming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to keep those things in mind. That's why I use this horse. I just didn't think it was a single because of aspects like that. I was disappointed. The one I was really interested in as well scratched. So I ended up adding a couple horses here that I didn't necessarily love, like the 2, but and the 4, but you know, couldn't pass up because of the scratches there.
Yeah. All right. They're off at Laurel.
Right there, close third. Pray for the USA Rail and Timely Tradition ridden along early in the race, and Utterly Enchanting trailing the field on the outside, 4 to 5 lengths on the front. Tam Char holding the lead, a narrow lead it is, 3 parts of a length. A girl named Jack trying to keep that rail, and R. Avery Lynn is in third position. Utterly Enchanting out there, 3 wide moves from fourth, and Timely Tradition's been on a ride pretty much the whole way. And Pray for the USA is trailing the field now, midpoint of the turn. Tam Char to catch, R. Avery Lynn is second. Outside, Utterly Enchanting bids up on 3 wide, and a girl named Jack is fourth, followed by Timely Tradition and Pray for the USA. They make the turn for home. Tam Char, narrow lead. R. Avery Lynn trying to push Thrive between horses. Outside, Utterly Enchanting. In between horses, a girl named Jack is willing, is trying to move along there from fourth. Going to dive toward the inside. Coming up the rail there is a girl named Jack. A girl named Jack inside run. A girl named Jack with an inside run. Tam Char just holding on. Tam Char, a girl named Jack. Tam Char hauls off a girl named Jack and a driving finish. All right.
Sort of boom.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, the 7 one. Well, that's good for you because you didn't have the 5. The 5 like had all that run and then just flattened out. But what was the 7? 7 was the 7 got crushed at the window. Wow.
Yeah.
Was 3 to 1 and then ended up going off at 5 to 2. So yeah, I mean, we advanced. That's the only thing that matters. So that's a good thing. Yeah, Scott, I don't know. I wouldn't say like I love Safi or anything. I just think that that horse is probably going to win. I don't know. I mean,
for me, it's the hair.
The hair. Yeah, he's got it up in a bun half the time, right? He's got that like curly long hair.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the hair.
Yeah.
Because he has it.
There the 7 wins over at Gulfstream. So let's go back through this. We got 10 minutes, Oldy. And then I'll give some tickets away too. So at least some percent shares here. So Gulfstream 10 minutes. We will talk about the 6 last. But let's jump back to race 1 at Gulfstream. You were 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mystic Sunrise, Irad gets aboard here for Spats, Oldie. I actually thought this horse was really interesting as the long shot. And actually, you know, Irad can make any horse better. I thought the 6 was interesting as well, but the 9's taking all the money. I don't even think I have the 9 horse at the moment.
I don't have the 9 either. But no, the horse that's taking all the money is the 4.
Oh, maybe the live odds are like when I'm looking on live odds at 7-2, so maybe they're a little bit delayed.
Yeah, well, the 4 was 12-1, is currently at 5-1.
Yeah. I use this horse. I thought this horse was interesting on the front end from a pace perspective, and it's moving over right from a dirt sprint for Fletcher. Goes to D'Angelo, you know, off a trainer change. But this horse, the GSR also increases slightly. So I thought this horse could be dangerous, Oldie.
Yeah, and I just noticed that, you know, with scratches, that horse looks like it could be lone speed here. It could get away.
Yeah, I thought that it would be very interesting. Lend her credit. I mean, Castellano gets aboard, first time turf. You know, I thought it was dangerous. We're very similar. I was 1, 4 through 8 here, Oldie. Singled in the last. I spread in these first couple legs, and then but you have no 4, but you're 1 through 5, 1, 5 through 8.
Yes, correct. So, you know, the 5's taking no money. The 7 and the 8, 7's taking no money. The 8's taking a little bit, and the 1's flat.
Yeah, I thought again, Irad was interesting on the 8 horse Mystic Sunrise. This horse is obviously going to take some amount of money because Irad, you know, just missed last out. Irad gets on. He's not rode before, so this horse I think has a chance. The win percent just goes up slightly. Not massively well bred, only a 55 GSR, but I thought it was interesting. I thought this first race was wide open. I didn't even use the 9, and that horse looks like it might be still currently the favorite, so Neo Gem. But you know, I didn't necessarily love the 1 horse, but I used it. Zayas gets back. It was the top EquinEdge pick. You know, there's another Safi. Reyes had rode last out off the layoff. I mean, this horse could probably win. I thought this first race was tough.
Well, and I liked the 6 initially, with the exception of the jockey. If Irad was riding the 6, that horse would be at like 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it's not taking any money, and like the morning line had this horse as a tied morning line favorite. Second EquinEdge pick. I'm with you. I mean, it's the top GSR, second EquinEdge pick. I think it was the top pick at once, and the morning line likes it. So it was the fave, I think, last out. Yeah, it was. Ran fine in a 50 for state bred. Now it's a maiden optional claim versus open company. So this is a similar type of race, I think, from a strength of race perspective.
And not in for a tag either.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, and the former Pletcher horse, which is with D'Angelo, the 4 is in for a tag, which is interesting too. And it may be the condition. The 7's in for a tag. A lot of these horses are in for a tag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I agree with you on the 8. I think we both thought this was a spread race, even though, you know, the win percentages are pretty clustered around the couple of top horses. You have over 50% in the 1 and the 6.
Yeah. All right, let's go to leg 2. You are 1, 3, 4, and 7. A lot of speed here, likely going 1 turn. 4 horse is the horse that says is going to get the lead, but I don't know. I expect the 1 and 3 to show some speed too. It's going to be interesting. Some of these horses are tactical though, so it's not like they're just going to burn out on the front end. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these horses sit off Oldy and win the race.
Well, you know, you were talking about the Irad in the last race, his percentage. Look at his percentage, his win percentage with Crichton over the last year.
Yeah, this is the one I remembered. I almost singled this horse too because I was like, wow. And My only concern is that horse is like, I mean, but I don't think he's going to get caught in the middle. This is the horse I would expect to try to sit the trip in the 1 and 4 to go to the front.
Well, yeah, and I think Irad will be smart about it. But it looks like, I mean, this horse looks tactical. The 1 looks a little tactical. So maybe the 4 does get a lead.
Yeah. I think it would be interesting. I used a bunch of horses here just because I thought this was another tough race. I really did. I thought that a lot of these horses could potentially get the lead, sit the trip. I almost thought about, trying to single here. I just had a tough time, Oldy, of like trying to narrow down on these speed horses to, what are they going to do? Who's going to get the lead? Who's going to try to sit the trip? So, Scott, I think there is a lot of pace. I do agree with you, but I think, as I mentioned, it's not to say that one of these horses can't sit off the pace.
Yeah. No, and the way I looked at it, the 1 and the 3, the two E top picks were both tactical. The 4, it's happened to me too many times where the top pace in a race that looks like it has a lot of speed just gets away. So I had to use the 4 there. And then I didn't love the 7 or any of the horses that were coming from behind. But if there's a pace meltdown, the 7 looks like the horse that could actually do something about it. I really think the 6 and the 5 are going to run themselves out chasing this pace.
I could see it. I do agree with you, even though I used a few of those horses. I for sure could see, but maybe the pace melts down. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Leg 3, you are 4, 6, and 7. Knox the 7 horse. I've heard a lot of people talk about this horse. It's also 2-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. So I don't think this horse is going to get overlooked. I think it's going to take a lot of money. You also used the 4 horse, Oldy. Tell me about that horse.
That horse is really interesting. So 8% to win, but if you dig into the SOR, sorry, I got a cough. If you dig into the SOR, you'll see that it's run against 70s, 76s. It just was overplaced. And now it's coming back to a more reasonable spot. It's getting Castellano, and it may sit a trip here from one of those inside posts that you can often, that's a high win percentage at going 1 turn on the dirt at Gulfstream.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy that back-to-back starter optional claims. This one's for 3-year-olds. The other one's for mares 4 and up. So I really did. I thought this was a tough sequence. I struggled here. I added the inside speed, to be honest, Oldy, just because I know on the inside, on the Gulfstream dirt, it can be really, really dangerous. Yep. The 1 horse, EquinEdge long shot. It's the pace of the race. It's lightly raced, has a 70 GSR. I mean, Paco rides, I don't know this trainer, but I'm like, man, this horse, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? And then Luca Panici, I mean, is riding the 2. This horse is probably going to show some pace. So, I would expect that one of these horses kind of sits the trip behind, but I also thought there was some potential dangerous speed on the front end here on the dirt. So
I thought the 1, 2, and 6 are going to go. And I thought the 6 was the classiest of those horses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And it's Irad. I wouldn't expect him to duel, though. I mean, he's going to probably try to sit right off the speed, right? So it'll be interesting. He gets off the 5 horse, Easy ABC, which doesn't surprise me. And then Jose lands there. But, yeah. All right. We got not much time. We already talked about your single, the 4. That ain't too shabby. I thought that the 7 horse, Oldy, and race 8 was also interesting. Irad gets aboard. Amazing Queen. This race is on the turf. I wasn't too much of a fan of the upfront speed here, whether that's Alvarado or Morales on the 2 or the 3. I did think the 5 was interesting, but I ended up just going too deep and used the 4 and 7.
Well, and a lot of people I saw on the 5 as well thought that horse was interesting. I did not love the 5. I was really down to 4 and 7 there as my choices.
All right, y'all. That's my ticket. Single to the 6 in the last. Oldy, you are single to the 4 there, and then spread in the last. They are approaching the gate here in a minute, it looks like. How's everybody in the chat doing? Hit the like button for us. It's a great Friday, Oldie. I am very happy it's the weekend. I got first baseball game this weekend for the kids, Oldie. It's gonna be good. I'm hoping we have good weather though.
Well, we're supposed to get a couple inches of snow tonight out in the Lake County area of Illinois, so not going to be too much fun. My daughter has practice from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday.
Crazy times still. It is cold here this morning. It was raining, but there was a little bit of wet snow, but nothing. It's, I think, probably in the 40s here, but it's spring and people are still getting snow, which is never fun.
Right. No, I hear you.
All right. We are headed over onto the turf course. The 1 is the favorite, which was the EquinEdge top pick, if I remember correctly. Strand of Gold here, Oldie. But you and I are both spread, so we're going to try to beat this horse. 8 horse, 5-1 with Irad. I'm a little surprised. I thought this horse would take, a little bit more money, but for sure was interesting.
No, I agree. I mean, the 8 horse was for sure interesting. The 6 was for sure interesting here, but of course I'm hoping for, I know you used it too, so I think we're both hoping for the 5 at 16-1.
Yes. Lexi, go Zags. I'm glad you're here. And I'm not surprised to hear you got snow in Spokane.
The horses are
cold
at
here.
the gate. It's now
raining
post time.
Here too, Ron.
Lining up and moving in for race number 5, starting leg of the late pick 5.
All right, here we go. Mr. Pete.
That just about ready as we await Mo Tough to take the outside.
Than ever.
Maidens on the turf at 1 mile.
Soon it's going to be called a sand trap or a bunker.
I would not be surprised, man. I mean, at least on the inside, they're saving that. It looks like they've been able to grow some grass back. But
Mo Tough getting ready.
That looks like more dirt than turf to me.
They're at the post. And they're off. From between horses, Lend Her Credit away the best and reaching out for the early lead. At the rail, Strand of Gold has some speed. On the far outside, it's Mo Tough in between horses and Mystic Sunrise. Neo Gem trying to work over from Spun Oats, who's at the rail. Then it's Leipzig. The early trailer is No Wasabi for me. And they run around the first turn. Lend Her Credit and Castellano, they settle into a nice rhythm on the front end. And lead by a length and a half. Mo Tough is second. Strand of Gold is at the rail third, followed by Mystic Sunrise in fourth. Neo Gem is 3 wide, and Spun Oats is toward the rail. Leipzig is reserved while second last, and No Wasabi for me is last of all. A very slow opening quarter with Lend Her Credit showing the way.
Wow.
Lend Her Credit leads by a length, just token pace pressure from Mo Tough in second. Strand of Gold is at the rail in third from Mystic Sunrise in fourth. Covered up is Spun Oats, it needs a way out. Then Neo Gem ahead of Leipzig and No Wasabi for me. They make their way past the half and 50-4, and they swing to the far turn. Lend Her Credit, well rationed on the top end and a length in front. Mo Tough is second, Strand of Gold is third, Mystic Sunrise races fourth. At the rail, it's Spun Oats, then back to Neo Gem, No Wasabi for me, and Leipzig at the back as they round the far turn. Lend Her Credit comes under pressure, but is still in front. From between horses, Mo Tough, 3 wide. Mystic Sunrise, Strand of Gold is next, then Neo Gem and Spun Oats.
That's
Lend Her Credit just floated out badly.
Come on, 5.
That gave the Red Sea to Strand of Gold, who takes the lead. On the outside, and Lend Her Credit tries to get back on terms. No Wasabi for me is at the rail. Strand of Gold got a big benefit off the corner, and she'll win it. Strand of Gold under jockey Edgar Zayas for 3 on the day. Beats Lend Her Credit, who was second.
The 4
Confident Spun Oats is third. It's close
1.
after that in 138-2. Hold on.
I am sure the 4 is going to get taken down. Oldie would be my guess by floating out like that.
I mean, that's in auto racing. That's when your tires are worn. coming around the turn and you get a little loose.
I know. That's so true, man. So Scott, Oldy, actually, hold on. I have to give away some tickets because if I don't do this, it won't make sense because we have to keep winning. We do love the Zags, Lexi. I do agree with you. All right, Oldy, let me give away some tickets first.
Okay.
Should we? Well, we'll do. We can do. We'll do. I'll give away part of Laurel and Gulfstream. So we should probably do Laurel first. So this is for Laurel, you all. Okay, so 3 people, 7% each. We're still trying to give to naysavers because I haven't hit a ticket in 3 weeks. So 3 people, 7%. Greg, Steve, and Brett Ray Glotzer. That's for Laurel Park. And then, Oldie, I'm going to do my Gulfstream ticket too.
Okay, sounds good.
Got to go back. Oh, I think I have to. Hold on. Oops. We only got to 34, Oldie, but I'm still going to give away 2. All right. And then, so this is for 3 people for the Gulfstream ticket. 7% each. Oh, hold on. I got to go back. It's only set at 1.
Yeah, and I'll say, Scott, I'm not excited about Belmont putting in an all-weather track. What I found is that these tracks that put in all-weather tracks, that it doesn't help. It hurts turf racing.
So what's the deal? So there's the other 3: Bucktown, Trey, Greg, and Frank. Greg maybe won twice. I can't remember. I'll have to look here in a second, but that's okay. I hope one of these hits. For everybody, half the people on the Laurel ticket, half the people on the Gulfstream ticket. But Oldie, how much time do we have till Laurel Park? My 11 horse is 6-1, and Callie Francois has this horse on top. So for anybody want to play Laurel, I'm single to this 11 horse here, first time starter, currently 6-1. But Oldie, you play Aqueduct quite a bit, and so we have 6 minutes till Laurel. I got to post these tickets. So let's talk about what's going on in New York. And so they're putting in all weather at Belmont.
Yeah, that's the plan. And what have we seen at Gulfstream when they did that? That, it doesn't hurt the dirt racing. It hurts the turf racing. Not only because it narrows the turf, it doesn't narrow the dirt course, it narrows the turf course. And, that's the reason why we've had this mess of a turf course with them trying to split it up with the rail out because they no longer had an inner and an outer. And to me, we don't need another one of those situations. And, frankly, I like Aqueduct, and I do not like the plan to sell off Aqueduct either.
Well, so are they going to keep all the turf courses at Belmont then?
I don't believe so. I believe this is going where the Widener turf is, the inner turf. But if somebody else wants to correct me, feel free if you've heard otherwise.
Yeah, I'd be curious from anybody in the chat who knows. Gulfstream's obviously, it seems Naira will sunset Aqueduct. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to sell. They don't own Aqueduct. They're going to relinquish the lease to Aqueduct so that the state can sell it and develop it.
Well, because aren't they getting a bunch of state money, Oldie, to redo Belmont? Isn't that the plan?
That's the plan. I don't know if the plan has actually passed. It was supposed to be the plan last year and it did not pass.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Brad, we're gonna try to hit this today so that we both can donate because I haven't hit one yet. Out of the last 3 times we've tried, we've hit 405, I think, each time. You need the 5, Anthony. I need the 11. The 11 is my horse that I am single to.
Scott, I'm all for the modernization of Belmont, but I do not want it to happen at the we've lost enough racetracks, especially historic racetracks. I do not see that Belmont should be remodeled at the expense of Aqueduct.
I know that's going to be a bummer. So that's what's going to happen, right? They're going to do it. Yeah, that's a bummer.
And it's not like, when they put in the all-weather tracks at Golden Gate and at Turfway Park in Arlington, that was instead of dirt racing. But at the tracks at these 3 surface tracks, it's been pretty much at the expense of turf racing, is what I've noticed. The fields for the dirt fields are similar to what they were, and the field, you're getting less turf races and smaller turf fields. Mike, see, Gulfstream had a massive outer turf course too, and now they don't have enough space because they had to split that up.
Yeah, I'll be curious what will happen, Oldy. I mean, with all that turf course they have there, like Mike said, but I'm with you.
Because they're making the infield into a fan area.
So I heard that. I heard that too, right? Is that so that they can like, the 9 just scratched the Laurel. Hey, that's a good thing for the 11. It's 4-1 now. But I had heard that too, Oldie. And are they doing that for events or what's the deal?
Yeah, pretty much for Belmont Stakes Day, because that's the event that Belmont's full for. From what I understand, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter about how the average crowd at Belmont is actually pretty small on a daily basis.
Like the people that come in person, you're saying?
Yes, correct. It's just Belmont Stakes Day, and I think there's one other day that tends to be pretty busy.
Got it. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, right? We don't really know yet. I'm still trying they're still trying to figure all that out, but it sounds like that's the plan.
It does, yes. And, it's better than losing Belmont and Aqueduct. But, we used to have a lot more tracks. We're losing a lot of tracks. And as we do this, we're going to see the full population continue to shrink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see your scratch of the 9 up on the screen now. I thought the 5 was pretty interesting here at Laurel.
How much time we got, Oli?
We have 0 minutes to post here.
Oh, all right. There they are. They're out there. I'm rooting for you, Oldie. So you have the 1, 3, 5, 9, and 11. The 9 was just scratched. Tam Char, the 7.
And I lost you completely now. Can you guys hear me, or did we lose Justin completely? Or did you lose me? Can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Yeah,
I'm back. Hold on. Hold on.
One of those days, Justin. One of those days.
Hold on, and we got it back. I have to pull up all my other windows though because Chrome just decided to crash. Hold on here. We're almost there, you all. Share this. Share this. All right. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Yep, I just disappeared. I was just talking away, and Chrome decided to no longer want to function.
Yeah, I started asking, is it me? Can you guys hear me? Or did Justin disappear? What just happened there?
The bummer is like I had all the, oh, you know what nah, that's all right. The shame of it, you all, is now I gotta try to I'm gonna have to pull all the tickets back up, which is a pain, but that's okay. We will figure it out because we have some time. All right, so we at least have the race up. I'm single to the 11. Oldy, you don't have the 4. Is that the only thing you don't have?
I did not have the 10 either.
Oh, okay.
And depending on how the betting shakes out, I could have one of them here. It looks like the 3 is going to go off as the favorite, so I believe I'll have the 3 twice. Is that right? So in my mind, I really want to beat the 3 there. Yeah, Bill, I know you probably weren't in at the beginning of the show. I'm having internet issues today, and my camera just decided it wasn't going to work, and I'm just conserving my my bandwidth enough to be able to have my voice go through with the limited internet I'm currently able to produce till Comcast comes out and fixes my internet tomorrow.
If anybody's in Maryland, that weather looks terrible. It just did not look fun. Looks cold, rainy.
Now approaching the starting gate. Late scratch number 9, West Coast Wildcat.
We're on anti-Rona, Oldie. You got to cheer for the 11 with me.
Definitely.
Currently 4-1. Nobody. I mean, the 3 5-2. The 3 was also a first-time starter. Winds of Fortune, if I remember correct.
Was that a Russell? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I'm going to look real fast, see if I can get that to come up. Yeah, the 3's Trombetta.
Yeah. No, she don't have a horse in here, so we want the 11, Timothy Keith.
And the horses, they reach the starting gate.
We're loading.
Out of luck, first to load. Winds of Fortune.
Run to Walmart. Yeah.
Exclusive Rose with Jim Braseo. Nami active up next after Exclusive Rose. Kevin Gomez up.
Yeah, it looks almost as bad as what track was it yesterday? There was Mahoning yesterday looked like this.
Oh, just like a ton of
like standing water on the track.
LA Victorina.
Did you see the controversy that some people tried to kick up on Twitter about I want to say it was D'Angelo
Lady Lancer.
and the horse that won in the last race at Gulfstream.
Late scratch was number 9. West
And
Coast
the
Wildcat in line.
30-point improvement it made running for D'Angelo versus running for Graham Motion.
Yeah, that was getting quite.
And they're off. Exclusive
quite
Rose up sharp.
Quite
Lady
the
Lancer
amount
for
of
the
discussion.
outside, out of luck,
Yeah.
sent forward to the inside, and Ellie Victorina right there in the
Come on,
second.
11.
Of course, the two horses we don't have go to the
And they're
lead.
back to length and a half behind back there
That's
is Anti-Rona after that group. And
11's
turning the
gonna get a
field,
good
Nami
trip here.
Hand wins of Fortune, the two in the back. Heading over the far turn, Exclusive Rose half length. The heat is on over Lady Lancer there on the outside. It's another 4 to Ellie Victorina, 5 in advance from
Yeah, we're dead.
Anti-Rona out of luck. Another 6 back and Nami and wins
Not
of
yet.
Fortune. Way back's got to pick it up.
Come
So
on,
midway
11.
on that turn with 2.5 furlongs
Here
left to
comes
run.
Annie
Lady
Rona.
Lancer getting by the head in front from Exclusive Rose with Ellie Victorina looming and charging toward the front as well with a quarter of a mile left to go.
Problem is,
Anti-Rona's
10
on the move
flying.
there from
Come on,
fourth.
11.
Switch off the inside for the stretch drive. Homeward bound Ellie Victorina way out to the center of the track in front by 2.5, almost 3 from Lady Lancer in second. Then it's Anti-Rona in third.
Yeah, we're
The
out.
outside trying to pick up is out of luck into fourth of the 16th left to
That
go.
was the
Ellie
top
Victorina,
choice, too.
Ellie Victorina's coming home. Ellie Victorina 2.5 from Lady Lancer second.
Those were
Anti-Rona was
the,
third. Then out of luck and Nami.
Those were the two horses, Oldy, that they're like 0 for. The 10 was 0 for 9 and the 12 was 0 for 12.
Yep.
I mean, this is the problem. Like, I don't. I'm just never play Laurel. I guess I just blame it on that.
Let's look at the wet GSR on the 10.
No, I mean, I just think it was just not a. I mean, never know in the slot, man. I mean, anything can happen, but I mean not like this. No, I mean, the number went down, so.
Yeah, but maybe it just wants the slop. I'm just looking to see if it had it's run a couple times on a good track and one of the times run decently against maiden 30s.
Yep. Yeah. All right. All is good in the hood. I think it had the top GSR on, right?
Yeah.
I think if I remember correct. Yeah, it did. I mean, but so it probably had that's why it had the top wet number. But I mean, I don't know, anybody could win that race. That was just a brutal race, to be honest. But
yeah.
6-1, which is crazy. I mean,
horse was 20-1 on the morning line.
Yep. I mean, with all those scratches and everything, obviously takes some money. The 3's the one that took ended up going off at 2-1, which was crazy. 11 was too far back and just wasn't going to be able to close. But all right, that's okay because we have Gulfstream Park coming up next. I have to pull up the tickets again, though, Oldy. So tell me, is that your ticket?
That is my ticket.
Cool. Okay, so that was at least fast there. What did we get in the first race? The 7?
We got the 7, yes.
All right. Let's talk about this race then. The one, My Destiny, Castellano rides. This horse, Oldy, they shipped this horse all over the place. Did you see this?
I did, yes.
Horse been at Tampa, was at Delta, was at Gulfstream, was at Los Alamitos race course on the daytime. Oh, and just FYI, it also raced at night even. Was at Del Mar. And so this horse was at Gulfstream. It decided to go on the U.S. tour, right? Del Mar, Los Al race course, back to Gulfstream, then ended up at Delta, then at Tampa, and now it's back to Gulfstream.
It's what you call a hard knocking horse, though.
Hey, I mean, this horse raced versus 72 last out and nearly won.
Yeah, no, by the way, it was the 1, not the 7, that won the first race at Gulfstream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Oh,
But
yes, the one, Strand of Gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for the IRAD horse, the 3, to beat this one. Just based on prices.
Dem of
Well,
Wonder.
now they're pretty even.
You have 1, 3, 4, 7.
And you're 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, I believe.
I don't know. I gotta find my ticket again because it crashed, but I have it because I entered it, so that's a good thing. Sometimes, I've in the past, one time I forgot to enter the ticket and the thing won.
I remember that.
My girlfriend just said she thinks more than once. I don't know if it happened more than once. Maybe, might have.
There are many times that I've forgotten to enter a ticket and it's lost, so it does balance out.
Yeah, that is probably true. I do agree with you there. I was 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No 2 or 6.
And like I said, after we got the favorite in leg 1, I believe the 1 was the favorite. I did say I thought this could chalk out, and we may be heading towards that if we get the 1 or the 3 here.
Well, I mean, I could see it. I'm with you. Well, yeah. I thought these 2 races were tough, to be honest. I mean, I think the next race is tougher than this race from a starter allowance standpoint. Although to your point, it could. I mean, the 6 and 7 in the next race. I mean, the 7 I think is going to take a lot of money, right? Knox, but you are right. I mean, it could really. So the 4, though, I still think is a little bit of a flyer here. You know, the morning line like this horse and is not taking money because all the money is going to the 1 and the 3.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I believe it was last time I looked, it was at 6-1 or so.
4 now.
4 now. Okay.
Yeah. American, of course. Paco's riding for Kathleen O'Connell. Pace of the race. I mean, this horse is I saw this. I mean, it's 2 wins and 3 tries at the surface and distance. You know, all of these have raced really well. This is obviously a pretty competitive race on paper. I mean, the SOR though is just a standout on the 1, Oldy. I don't know. I think the 3 horses can be tough here with Irad.
Yeah, no, I agree. If I had to pick a horse, it would be the 3 here. For sure.
What Oldy, is your bracket still alive?
I mean, one of my 2 is still alive, but alive is a relative term. You know, it's one of my brackets had Kansas winning, so that one's dead. Short of like Florida Atlantic winning and blowing everybody's bracket up, or Princeton.
Well, they won again last night.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just win the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're good enough. You know, Tennessee kind of played dumb in the second half of that game.
You were talking about the game last night.
Yeah. And, you know, when I say that Gonzaga choked and then snatched victory back, they were up 12 with 2 minutes left. Yeah, and choked away a 12-point lead.
That was scary. I thought they had it. You never know. And then somehow they fell behind, which was just crazy. All right. We got 1 minute. Oldie has the 1, 3, 4, 7. I have the 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. I added the long shot here, hoping for a bit of a pace meltdown, maybe. But hopefully, Oldie, we both advance with the 4. Maybe this horse will get to the lead, be dangerous on the front end with Paco.
Yeah, I'm hoping the 4 surprises us and gets an easy lead, or the 7 picks up the pieces of the pace duel neither of us think really is going to happen.
Yeah. Mike, you like the 7. Scott, there is a massive day at Fairgrounds tomorrow. Oldy, what do they have? 15 races?
Yeah, the joke is that that tomorrow's Fairgrounds card will end April 2nd. Yeah, it's an insane card, and from what I understand, there's a pretty good card at Turfway and at Sun. Why am I trying to blank on that New Mexico track? Sunland. Yeah, but yeah, so they have the Sunland Derby and Oaks and everything like that too. I know Baffert is shipping out non-Derby eligible horses to keep horses from earning points, apparently, and because that's a 50-point Derby race.
But they can't. He can't qualify.
Right, but they still have nice purses, so his owners are just taking the money.
Interesting. I mean, I guess I don't blame them if that's what they wanted. I mean, if the race fits for the horse.
Yeah. You know, the other thing I've heard is that the rumor is that Cave Rock may run in the Santa Anita Derby.
Underneath, who's Cave Rock being trained by? Yak Team?
Nope, that's still with Baffert. They didn't think the horse was going to be ready, but they're going to use it as a prop for post Kentucky Derby. Again, that's just a rumor that was out there.
All right, we got an announcer.
Hey, Razor.
Razor joining us. What's up, brother? Good luck if you're playing. All right, Mike, I have UConn in my bracket still. I've always been a UConn fan. I was a huge Richard Hamilton fan. Not really sure why, but I've always been a UConn fan. I think that'll be a great game, Mike. I really do. All right, we're gonna turn it over to announcer Pete Oldy. Race number 6 at Gulfstream Park should be a good one for sure.
Demo Wonder. American, of course. Dignified, then No Decaf, and Your Inheritance. No Decaf. Your Inheritance to the outside game. Your Inheritance. And the 6th. There, Rimigate. And they're off. From the center, American, of course, quick off the blocks and makes the early pace from My Destiny, who moves up the challenge for second. Demo Wonders on the go, and out wide is Dignified.
And
Your Inheritance in front of No Decaf. The early trailer is Bargain Air. Down the backstretch they go. It's Demo Wonder on the outside. American, of course, toward the inside. They quicken up. They've opened 2 on My Destiny, who's at the rail in third. Dignified is next on the far outside. Your Inheritance, working between them, No Decaf, and Bargain Air is last. 22-4 for a reasonable opening quarter as they swing to the far turn. American, of course, has the lead. Demo Wonder turning up the heat now second. My Destiny driven into third. Up on the outside, Your Inheritance is now 4th. Dropping back is Dignified. Outkicked is No Decaf, and Bargain Air is last. 5/16
Oldy
from
looks
home.
to
And here's
still
Devil
have a
Wonder
horse,
on even
Oldy.
terms with American, of course. American,
We'll
of course,
see,
tries
though.
to braven up and
Yeah.
turn her away. My Destiny getting
Looks
ready
to
to
be
tip
in
and roll.
hand.
She's
I think
now
the 3 might
wide
be
third.
done.
From fourth in Your Inheritance in the wrap, the top of the stretch. American,
Here
of
comes the
course,
one.
nursing the lead with My Destiny on the outside.
3
Devil Wonder
definitely
is back to
won.
third with 1/8 of a
1
mile to
gonna
go.
win.
Here's My Destiny surging forward under Javier Castellano, and it's over at 7-5. My Destiny kicking clear. Second, American, of course.
Horse at the perfect trip, Oldy.
Yep, correct.
That's amazing, Razor. I'm glad that happened. Yeah, the 4 tried to open up, but the 1 was much the best. Yes, lots of chalk at the moment, Razor. All right, Oldy. We no Santa Anita today. That's kind of a bummer.
That is a bummer.
We still have 15 minutes till Laurel Park. We want to. What about this one horse at Oaklawn, Mow Down? Track is sloppy. Anybody playing Oaklawn? Look at this. I mean, this horse got a 26-point pace advantage.
Currently at 3-1 too.
Yeah.
You check the wet GSR there.
Oh, should do just fine.
Yeah.
The 8 horse is the current favorite. That horse may do okay too. Has raced. It's only a second time starter for the 1. This horse for sure could improve, to be honest. That's a big pace advantage on the slop. I mean, 35% to win too, Oldy.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth a play. And I also, while we have a couple minutes, I was talking to Scotty last night, and I'm going to pick up and start doing a Thursday night coaching class at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I like it. Coaching classes are good. Anybody who hasn't joined one, I have a lot of fun doing them, Oldy. You get to spend like specific time, not a big group of people. If anybody wants to join, they're free. It's on the website. Just come in, hang out. You'll probably Thursday night, but you'll have at the moment you'd still have Turfway, right?
They're ending soon, but I believe Churchill starts running Thursday nights.
You probably have
like a twilight Thursday night, track once after Keeneland stops too. So, I just thought, based on the schedules, they're pretty much all during the day, and there's a lot of people during the week at work. So it worked for me, and I thought it would work for some of the people who can't make the daytime coaching classes.
Yeah, no, for sure. That'll be cool. I'm glad you're doing that. All right. This one horse taking a little bit of money now at Oaklawn, down to 5-2. Mow Down. Big pace advantage here, you all, on the slop. I mean, this horse may just go and be gone. Second time starter. Cabrera rides. Horse should be fine on the wet. Does anybody have a good wet GSR? Not the 4. 8's okay. 6 okay. 2 is just not bred well. The 3, the 9, 7 a little bit, huh? All right. Nobody stands out massively, Oldy, but this horse has a big pace advantage, so wouldn't be surprised to see. It just needs to break well.
Yeah.
Looks like it broke fine last out on the rail, and then gets to drop in class. I always like seeing this, Oldy. Like, the horse gets the right drop, should fit here, should be able to break well, and looks to be the pace of the race.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like a horse that should win here.
Arkansas bred too.
Unless the 8 or another horse here shows more speed than we're expecting.
3 might show some speed. It's taking money as first-time starter.
And they're off.
Well, 1's fast.
Right from the inside, Mow Down.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
Laying it down early on here. Leads the way to Dancing Rocket.
Well, the 8 went off at 1 to 5.
Fourth. First time
Holy
starter,
goodness.
Al's Romeo, 5th. And chasing them into the turn, about 4 lengths off the lead. Then about an 8-length break to Other Times, and another 8 or 10 back to Finbar Fury.
3 is just flying.
Outside, Dancing Rocket has gone to the lead here by a head to Mow Down. Here comes Al's Romeo. He's making a menacing move on the outside in the gold slate.
1's done.
4 back to Loud Boy. Sacramento's dropped back.
3's the first-time starter, man.
Al's Romeo on the outside of Dancing Rocket. Al's Romeo a neck in front. Dancing Rocket to the inside.
3 gonna win 11 to 1.
Loud Boy. They move past mid-stretch. Al's Romeo has the lead here at 11 to 1 and is just.
All right, back to Laurel Park.
Laurel
10
Park,
minutes?
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can go to Aqueduct real quick too. This is a big race though. We're both out of the pick 5, Oldy. That's no fun. But
Yeah.
I thought the 7 was the most interesting here, Oldy, at Laurel Park.
I mean, we could play a pick 3 here, though.
Yeah, I would. If I was to play, I would just play my ticket back.
That's what I was going to do, too.
Mine's probably not. Well, I guess they'd be about the same. Mine would be $15.
Mine's $4.50.
That's even better. Because you singled the 5 in the second?
Yep.
Yeah. That would be yours?
Should be 147 5357.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like the 5 in the next. I thought the 7, Oldie, was going to be tough here in the first leg, mainly just because I didn't see a lot of speed here, and I thought this horse probably was just going to send. Maybe the 3 has a little bit, but these other horses just have no pace for the race.
No, I agree. 357. Come on. My thing's not letting me punch it, but
the problem, I think, with Laurel is the pick 3 has a whopping $1,200 in the pool.
maybe I should leave mine at $4.50 then and not play a multiple.
Well, Aqueduct's Fast Track Bill, Tampa. Yeah, we can look at those. We'll jump around. There's not a lot of with Santa Anita is with the rain. They're not racing today.
Yeah, I mean, we can play E live for a little bit in between if we need to.
Yeah. We'll skip Tampa. How about this Laurel race is this Aqueduct race is just huge is the problem. On the dirt, going 8. 12 horse, the favorite. Race 5. I mean, there's so many winners in here. 6 horse is taking a boatload of money. Carly Hustle. What do you guys like in the chat? Do you guys look at this?
12-5, 12-5. Let's see. The one
6
trade
horse
secret.
is working well, so that would explain why it's taking so much money, y'all.
Yeah, and that horse was mentioned by Sarah from formerly of Horse Race Nation, who's now with the NYRA.
Trade secret. I mean, this horse 15 to 1, 9% to win, top pace, EquinEdge long shot. That Gomez, he always, this guy does well. He doesn't have an apprentice allowance anymore, but on the front end, he can be dangerous. There's
I mean,
12
why not the 5 on the drop at 5-1?
Yeah, I mean, this horse probably is that, yeah, top SOR. Yep.
Yep.
12's dropping too. Vegas weekend, the 4. I don't know. I don't necessarily have any opinion on this race, y'all, because there are too many horses for me to handicap this in 1 minute.
My opinion is I do not like the E first choice.
The 12,
Yeah.
Ruvy's in time. Been going 6, cuts back, 10-point GSR drop, hasn't been running well. Yeah, I mean, second off the claim for Rob. Was it Atross?
Yeah,
I could see not liking that horse. 8 scratched, 11 scratched. I mean, the 6 horse is for sure worth a play. Probably taking that much money if you really have interest. Still have 5 minutes, so Laurel.
It's a significant move up in class, though.
For the 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you said the 5. It's cold into here.
Yes, it's cold into here.
Yeah, that horse is dropping. You're right. Ran back-to-back force for sure. I mean, it's off the claim for Kenna Makari. Mertken. Who's riding? Oh, McCarthy. 14%. The 10 horse, I mean, 2%. Probably get rid of that horse. Three horse taking a little bit of money. This is a rough race. The Apprentice is riding the 6 as well. I would guess that horse is going to run Oldy just because it's taking so much money.
Again, though, it was mentioned by certain people, and that tends to influence the public betting, especially once we're inside 3 minutes to post and the computer money's done at Aqueduct.
How lucky is your pick, Bill? I don't know. Yeah, we know, Joel. There was just something to cover today since we can show the video. I'm going for the 1, Oldy. I'm playing the EquinEdge long shot at 22-1. That's who I'm taking, y'all. One of the longest shots on the board, but this horse has speed on the inside. I mean, I don't know, maybe this horse gets loose. I mean, the 2 likely maybe shows some speed, but we'll have to wait and see. 1's for sure sending. I mean, this horse breaks well every time. Won a 56 back here on the lead, Oldie, 4 races back. This horse has been claimed a bunch, though, and has not been running, but also hasn't been on the lead. This horse has to get the lead, I would say.
Yeah.
It's dropping.
Or needs to be near the lead. It did win not on the lead a couple back.
I'll turn up the sound. Can't watch it, y'all, but we'll at least get a listen. Maybe. There we go.
All in line. All set.
Interesting, Nate.
And they're off.
You're so far ahead of me.
Lucy.
I'm having to use my phone if I want to watch anything.
Right there as Ruby's in time is trying to cross over, gets right here, is wrangled back in here, is trying to cross over, but no room down towards the inside as Trade Secret is going to move through at the rail. So will Chloe Rose. It's going to be Ruby's in time, a little tough to handle in the early stages. Trade Secret, they're now 1-2. Just off of them is Chloe Rose, gets passed by Vegas Weekend and the Red Cap, who now takes the 3rd spot. Losing some ground as It's Cold into Hair is now 4 off the lead. It is followed by How Lucky to the inside, who's in 6th. They're followed by Carly Hustle, then the gray. That's left-leaning Lucy, the 2 at the back. Shay on a Mission, and the trip. Keen Dancer, Ruby's in time, is well out center of the race. Win 23 and 3 for an easy mile here. And at even money, it's Ruby's in time, who's got less than a half mile to go and is now 2.5 widening lengths in front. Vegas again is in pursuit, is moved to the outside of Trip Secret, who's now back to third. Also trying to make up some ground is How Lucky is running past here. Rose, who's now in the 5th spot. Then comes It's Cold into Hair, left-leaning Lucy. The Hustle, Shay on a Mission, Keen Dancer, still trailer. Ruby in time is in command, but Vegas Weekend starts to move in a touch closer. 47 and 3 for half-mile time. Ruby's in time, trying to put it away. Vegas Weekend catching with every stride up on the outside here.
We're gonna win.
Vegas Weekend to the outside of Ruby's time, and Vegas Weekend has taken the. It's Vegas Weekend who's now up by 2 widening lengths. Of the racetrack, it's all Vegas Weekend. Vegas Weekend at 5-1 approaches the 16th pole, is all alone. It's going to be Vegas Weekend to win this one easily. Vegas Weekend gets it from the back. Keen Dancer up first. Get then a photo. Trade Secret there with its.
Well, 6 didn't run really.
Yeah.
All right, Laurel race 7. I'm on the 7. Oldy. Who do you like? You were
147.
All right. Jump over to the they're just at the gate, so okay. 6 horse taking a bunch of money at Gulfstream race 8. We'll go there next. I thought that race was tough. We will see. Maybe we see non-chalk at the next at Gulfstream, but at I'm taking the 7 here. Try to beat this 1 horse Bonded. You also have the 4, Oldie.
Yep. And at Gulfstream, that might be a gift without looking at the probables on the doubles and things like that. It might be a gift on the 7, who I think might sit the perfect trip at Gulfstream there.
Who, David, who burns money? Which horse? It's always some amount of. The 7? 7 has lost as the favorite twice. I just think this race has no speed, man. That's my perspective. I think Rodriguez is gonna send, and all these horses just. I don't know if anybody gonna catch him.
And they may not.
It is definitely muddy or sloppy.
The horses now at the starting gate. Bonded.
7
loses about 5 points on the GSR.
Fun
In the wet.
Criminal.
Who, the 7?
Kovic's next.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's not.
He's on fire. Blown save.
I think the
That was
4
it. This
is
is
the
now.
top wet GSR here.
Bonded a bit unsettled. Straightened away. In or off. Going to the lead there is He's on Fire, and the outside, that was then This Is Now is moved into second, and followed by Bonded in third, and Orakovic is next, and the 2 in the back are Blown Save and Fun Lovin' Criminal on the inside, trailing. 9 lengths will cover them around that first turn. He's on Fire leads the way at a big price. He's on Fire neck in front. From that was then This Is Now the favorite. Lap 2 on the outside in second. Another 3 in Orakovic is in third. 2.5 more. Bonded is back in 4th spot. Blown Save right alongside Bonded. Now Bonded slips back another spot. And back to Fun Lovin'
4 isn't
Criminal.
going to run a lick.
Trailing the field now double digits. From
Dude,
the
that
must
horse
be
won
15 off
from
that pace up
26
ahead.
lengths last
He's
race.
on Fire head in front.
That's
From that
true.
was then This Is Now as they move past the 5 ace pole. 2.5
Both
Orakovics
those
is in
horses
third,
have like
and
no
Blown Save is
speed.
traveling in fourth position, and then
The
followed by
Apprentice is
Bonded
on
is
the
still an
3.
even pace back there.
That was the
Just
horse
one
I
beat,
talked
that's Fun
about that
Loving
might
Criminal
Yeah.
trailing
mess
the
with the
field.
pace,
Not
but
much change.
I think
But
that
He's on
horse is
Fire. That
speed.
was Then, This Is Now. He's trying to pick a push by right to the outside. That was Then, This Is Now. As He's on Fire digs in down to the inside. They're still head to head into the far turn. Run 3 clear from Orokovics, and Blown Save is in fourth. And back to Bonded, and trailing the field is Fun Loving Criminal.
We got
Racing
horse.
toward the quarter pole, top of the stretch now. He's on Fire down to the
The
inside.
2
That
is
was Then, This
sitting
Is
the
Now.
perfect trip.
Orokovics out wide of the track is driven along from third position, and then followed by Bonded and Blown Save down to the inside, and Fun Loving Criminal. He's
comes
on
the
Fire,
1.
stubborn, and holding on to the lead from That Was Then, This Is Now, and 1 furlong left to go. That Was Then, This Is Now.
I don't
Not
think the
quite
1
by
gonna
yet.
win though.
He's on Fire down to the inside, still there.
3
And a
games.
big price.
3.
He's on Fire, 22-1. Turning back, That Was Then, This Is Now. Keeps on trying. Bonded late on the scene, but too late. He's on Fire. He's on Fire was the biggest price on the board.
The pace, man.
Yeah, glad I only spent $4.50 there.
Bug on Fire. Yeah, that race had
48.77.
no pace, you all. I'm not surprised. I just didn't imagine any of those horses coming from behind like that.
Well, the 7 just didn't want to pass anybody.
Like tried to pass and couldn't do it. All right, no more Laurel.
Well, we have about half hour, a little bit over a half hour to Golden Gate.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. We got Gulfstream. We can talk Golden Gate next. Gulfstream, Oldy, you have the 4, 6, 7 here.
Correct. Yes.
6 horse taking all the money. The 7 took a little bit of money as well. Post time at Aqueduct. Scott, I thought we just watched Aqueduct.
That makes 2 of us.
Can't be post time yet. Fairgrounds coming up race 4, but
the 4 at Gulfstream's taking no money at all.
Yeah, neither is the 2. I mean, these are pretty wild, Oldie, when you see stuff like this, to be honest. Like, you see these horses 8%, 14-1, 7%. I mean, the 2 horse 47-1 is just wild. I mean, never like that's where the inside dirt is just can be so dangerous there. We'll have to see what happens, but the 1 horse is taking money. The EquinEdge long shot, Devil's K. So bet down all the way to 5-1.
Yeah, that's definitely where the money's going on the Good Magic 4th time starter. 9 furlongs. I mean, it's Paco. That horse is going to go.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's sending. My guess is Panici's sending on the 2 as well.
Well, and the 6 needs to send too.
Although Iraq gonna try to sit the trip, man. He gonna. Maybe we'll get to watch some. We'll get to watch some Paco and Irad action here, and see what those 2 try to do. Usually, what happens, right? There's that horse, that 3 horse paid $47, man, for $2. This is a big bomb at Laurel Park.
Yeah, no, and it would be entertaining to get some Irad, some real Irad Paco action here. Whether Irad follows Paco, Paco follows Irad, and then the brawl ensues afterwards, or what the case is.
And they're behind the gate. We'll get to see her in a minute. Fairgrounds. I think Oldy is our weatherman today, Daniel. Oldy isn't. Well, Scott said no rain and in the 80s at Fairgrounds. Oldy, I thought, weren't you saying earlier in the week it might rain?
Yeah, they were predicting significant rain earlier in the week. It has died down a little bit, but they are supposed to get rain tonight as of the forecast this morning, but not nearly the amount of rain that was originally forecasted. I would expect some wetness in the turf, but not the track to be muddy like it might have been.
Oldy, I don't think Golden Gate don't run till late, man.
It's 3:15 my time, so
37 minutes. Okay.
yeah, so it's not that bad. What was this one?
All right. We at post time. Oldie needs the 4, 6, or 7. I also have the 1, the 2, and the 3. Or no, I don't have. Yes. I have the 1, 2, and 3. Lots of prices. 3 horse. Oldie, this 3 horse, man. This horse is 17%. It's 27 to 1.
Still time for your
27%.
17%. And the horse is 25 to 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bomber here. We'll see though.
I mean, it could happen. 17% is a big number. But
Gaff went to Saudi Arabia? Dubai or Saudi Arabia?
no, it would be Dubai.
Yeah. What's he riding? So I wonder what he go for. Somebody's riding. What's he riding over there, Scott?
Well, who'd been riding Country Grammar?
The Dubai World Cup's tomorrow? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. No, I didn't even know. I saw some talk about Dubai. I didn't know the World Cup was tomorrow though. All right. We're at the post.
All right, let's get this. You have the wrong screen on though.
Oh, there we go.
quick load here. Just go in. Hard to
Thank you.
handle. Knox and Canal. Waiting for Canal to take the outside.
Did you see the work on the Japanese
Wario.
Super Turf Horse
Ready.
No.
at Dubai?
3.
No.
In the gate. And they're off. Loco Abario was away quickly, sent hard at the rail. Devils K has speed. Splitting
I
down.
want the
National
lead,
Unity
but
won't be
they're
far
going to
away.
fly here,
Canal
man.
moves over from the top shelf. He's now 4th. It's a length back to Easy as ABC, followed by Knox, who's deep on the course. Second last is Big Save, and the long way last is Hard to Handle. Down the backstretch they go with rail position and the lead. Devils K in front by a half a length. From between horses, it's National Unity in second, and Loco Abario is now 3rd. Canal's on the outside, 4th, and Big Save improves in the blue colors. He's 2.5 better than Knox. Second last is Easy as ABC, and far back to Hard to Handle. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter. Around the far turn they go. Up front, here's a 3-wide blitz from Loco Abario. Shoves the neck up. National Unity is second. Devils K fights back toward the rail 3rd. Canal is now 4th. Up to 5th. Knox is underway, getting past Big Save. Then Easy as ABC as they run past the quarter-mile pole. Up on the outside, Loco Abario striding with a purpose. He takes a clear lead from the inside in Devil's Cave. From between horses, National Unity. Down the center in Knox. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Loco Abario roused on the top end with 3 lengths in hand.
Yeah. Money was too smart
For
there.
Unity, here's Knox rolling into second, but Loco Abario's a winner. Loco Abario for Ron Spatz and Irad Ortiz Jr., 4 lengths to the good. Knox is second, closer 3rd, either National.
It's 2 weeks in a row that all we've gotten is chalk in this section at Gulfstream.
That's a lot of chalk too. That's not going to pay much. Maiden race at Fairgrounds, Oldie.
I was looking at the 5 there.
5-horse rate confirmation. I mean, this horse is second EquinEdge pick. It's got 5 starts. 17%. The 4 taking all the money.
On the 3's a second-time starter. The long shot. 12%.
Kent DeSormo as the 7 horse. I didn't even know he ran horses at Fairgrounds.
No, that's Keith DeSormo, his brother.
Well, that's what I meant. Keith. Well, yeah, you're tracking. But I'm like,
Yeah.
when did he start shipping horses to Fairgrounds?
He runs some at Fairgrounds, some at Oaklawn, and most of his horses out west.
Yeah. Huh.
But his original base was out at Fairgrounds because they're from Louisiana.
Interesting. Man, 4 hours taking all.
A bunch of money just came in on the 5.
Horse has 6 starts, though. Now, why is it going to win today? I've been racing at this level.
And not a great GSR either.
I'll pull this
Happened to
up.
the 6th last time out. Bump break. Okay. Bump between stars. And then caught wide. The 6 might be interesting. Here, I'm not sold on the 4. Either the 3 or the 6 instead. Unless the 4 just gets away.
James Graham. I mean, this horse broke well, ran well last out at 15-1. See you, Ron. Have a good weekend, buddy.
I do feel like James Graham he had a much better year last year, I feel like, than this year.
Is he an older jock, Oldy?
I think so, yes. I don't know him well enough to know. He's usually at tracks I'm not all that interested in.
I mean, from a GSR, all these horses are right around the 60s. I mean, the 8's 51, way down there, but 7's taking no money, 3 taking a little bit, 4 taking a bunch, 1's taking none, 2 none, 6 none.
Yeah, I mean the wise guy money's all going on the 4. They think the horse is going to get the lead, I think, here and just run away.
We're now less than 1 minute away from post time. The horses are approaching.
100 years old. Catalano, he was at Arlington Park, Oldy. That's his.
Yeah. He was a jockey and then a trainer. Got an interesting one at Oaklawn, too. You have the 3 Derby Day Lass, who's 99 pace and has a 35-point pace advantage.
Taking money, too. I see that. I don't know. This is a toss-up.
Let me see here. Let's look at the wet GSR here, see if this horse this horse wants the wet, too.
Papa DL debuts.
Derby Day Daisy?
Derby Day Lass.
Oh, Lassie.
Lassie, sorry.
Gracie Hebert with 3 times started.
Not seeing the eye there.
Now David on with Attaché. James Graham Power Alley. A little and a lot. 3 my favorites, Jareth Ludbury for Wayne Catalano in the yellow silks. A little and a lot. 1 more, Jose McCalmay with Stay in Your Lane. One of the 4-time starters over the 6 furlongs. They're in the game.
Yeah, and Scott, we also have the Arlington announcer at Fairgrounds.
Fast start for Julius Warrior. Right there is confirmation in between horses. A little and a lot in the yellow silks, and toward the inside there's Papa DL, who's come dashing out now for Deshaun Parker. Papa DL just leans a little and a lot. Great competition is right there too, running in 3rd for the run to the half-mile pole.
That 4 gonna have to be much the best, man.
Yeah, didn't get an easy lead.
And the newcomer, Stay in Your Lane trails. The mid and 3-year-olds, a quarter at 22.50 seconds. They round the far turn to 3 furlongs from home. And it is a little and a lot who just leads. Great confirmation. Papadiello's drop back as Julius Warrior strides up in the 3 path as they line up.
7 going to be dangerous.
No, 6 is really dangerous.
Julius Warrior, great confirmation, and with the rail, a little and a lot. Beats them for home. A little and a lot. In 46.
6 is going to win, probably. 7 coming.
Lot. Julius Warrior looking to get on even terms. Great cover. Back.
3 coming too.
With on the 4 outside, Power Alley. They come. It's the 16th.
6 going to win.
It's Julius Warrior just in front. Not a little and a lot. Julius Warrior. To get a beat, a little and a lot. Power Alley third, and that is.
Oh, we missed Oaklawn. What'd you say? The 3, Oldy?
Yeah.
Put a bow on it. Not much.
7 to 1, man.
And then way on the outside, here comes Text. Starting to get.
Gonna get caught though.
Santana, tap me a Texas.
Looks like it, yeah.
Forever home. Here's me, Crescendo.
19 to 1 on the lead.
I don't know why he needed to go 21 and 3.
Down to these two, me, Crescendo. Another for Walter De La Cruz. Takes it a length and a half.
Bombs away at Oaklawn on the slop.
2020 redo and Morning Twilight will need a photo for show.
Wow. That was the EquinEdge long shot, Oldy. 19 to 1.
19 to 1.
Hope somebody hit that.
6 furlongs for the winner here. Timed at 1 minute.
That would have been a nice tournament play.
Yes. Daniel, I don't know. I didn't get it. I haven't looked at it yet. It might. I don't know what the is that the one that's crossing between Turfway Park, Oldy, this bluegrass pick 5?
Yeah, my concern is I think that's going to be a really small pool.
Well, Turfway brings big pools, but Fairgrounds traditionally doesn't.
Right.
But tomorrow, a lot of people will be playing. I bet it'll be okay size. I don't think it'll be massive, but
I don't think there's I'm concerned that segment could be pretty chalky too. It's hard to say.
Yeah. All right. We want to. What do we got? Tell Gulfstream. 17 minutes, Oldy. You want to chat? I guess. Why don't we? We could put together a Golden Gate pick 5, I guess.
Yeah. I have one done.
All right. Why don't you? What's your budget? 120?
144 in this case.
All right.
Because I was all but one in the last, and I decided that was a bad plan.
All right. What do you got in the first?
I have just the 3.
You're singled the 3?
Yep.
I thought the 5 horse was really interesting because it was the second EquinEdge pick as a first-time starter, single merit. I think
the 3 is just going to get away, though.
Oh, it does have a 20-point pace advantage.
And is dropping from maiden special weight and was going against 50s. So it's getting a 10-point SOR.
Yeah, that horse coming off big layoff. So second off the big layoff for sure could improve. Okay, so singled in the first leg. Got to regenerate. It's going to take a minute, y'all. Jello, hello, Adarsh. Juan Scott. I've never been to Turfway. Oldie and I met up at Keeneland, though, a couple years ago. All right, what do you got in the second leg?
3-5 and the hold on, I gotta close this. 3-5-6.
I was gonna say you better add the long shot. All right, then all.
No, 1-2-5-6.
Okay.
2 through 4. I'm sorry, 2, 4 through 6.
Hold on. It's very slow. All right. 2, 4, 5, 6, and then all.
Yep.
All right. Let's Stanford grad. You're singling this horse off the pace. I think the 5 horse is very interesting. First time starter, second GSR. This horse is bred for the Tapeta, but you landed on the 3. Is this just a pace play, Oldie?
It's just a pace and a class play off the drop. It was not running that poorly against maiden special weight.
That's a big drop. I mean, this is dropping out of maiden special, second off the left. Something wrong with this horse, but obviously could win here. I mean, dropping into a 40. The 6, this race was kind of rough, Oldy. I mean, the 6 is 36%, but this horse is 0 for 13. I didn't trust this horse. I'm like, you are the long shot. You are the top win.
Right.
But I mean, at 0 for 13, I guess, I mean, anybody could win. So, I mean, but this horse I was surprised to see is the top win percent. I mean, this horse has been racing at this level, much lower win percents. It was 40% one time, Oldie, on the dirt, and then it has raced on the Tapeta a while ago, but I don't know. I struggled really to use that horse. I wasn't really a fan of the 1. I didn't like a lot here. I could see why you like the 3. I was only 3-5. That would be my. Yeah. I may even single the 5 just because we'll see. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'll show my ticket at the end. You're 3-5-6 here. Dr. Flash Dancer, Tis a Thrill, and Dick Best.
Which I'm looking forward to Matt having to dance around the name of the 3 horse there.
Tis a Thrill and Dick Best going to be battling it, man.
Yeah. With Dr. Flash Dancer.
Just Watch Me Now is the 4, Tom's Moon the 2, and Love of the Sport the 1. It'll be a good call for sure. All right. Yeah, the 5, big pace advantage. Not obviously as much as the 3, but that horse could be dangerous on the front end. The 6 coming off the speed, and then obviously the 3, 56%. I mean, that horse is for sure going to be a potential threat. So leg 3, race number 3, you are 1, 2, 5, 6. I thought that the 4 was interesting. Flip it, Oldie, but and I thought the 3, I thought the 5 was 1 for 21, but this is a rough race. I mean, you have a lot of horses that have only won once, not quite bottom of the game, but pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I used both the lighter raced horses here, and the 2 could get the 2 is likely to get an easy lead. Let me put it that way. Whether the 2 can hang on to that easy lead, that's a different story. But the 2 was even though it's not in the top picks, that was my second choice as a single.
Yeah, I said in my notes, this horse should be able to go gate to wire. Is the second win percent behind the 6. I thought this horse would potentially go gate to wire. Reluctant, been on the synthetic, has not gotten the lead, Oldie, though, which is interesting, right? I mean, this horse and all of in the handy view, this last 8 races, this horse never got the lead. I was surprised.
Well, 58's pretty slow for a top pace number.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's not a lot of pace here, huh?
Yeah, and it could be like that other race we were watching where there was no pace and a horse just got away.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I was 2-4 here. Obviously, the 6 was interesting as well. Rough race, but all right, let's go to leg 4, race number 4. We got Gulfstream in 10 minutes, so we still got a little bit of time, but we can jump back over there in a minute. Yeah. But you were 2, 4, 5, 6 here, so no 1, no 3. Another claimer. Spun Beautiful, big pace, Oldie, but you didn't think this horse could go gate to wire?
Well, I think the presence of the 1 to the inside of the 5 is going to make it tough for this horse to go gate to wire. And you look against again at this level against slightly similar or slightly easier, the horse wasn't able to go gate to wire. It stopped. And it stopped against 46s going 6 furlongs, which is the same distance as here. Mm-hmm. So, my thinking is this horse probably stops.
Yeah. Yeah, may get away, could stop. The 6 horse, big morning line angle, Get 'em Tiger, yep. 9-5, tied for the morning line favorite off a 4-1 morning line. This horse likely to try to sit the trip for Jonathan Thomas, Oldy.
Yeah, and I had, with the previous trainer, I had a note in November on this horse as well.
I mean, this horse had won 4 in a row.
Yep. And then it got claimed.
Thomas claims it, been racing, and I guess a lot of those were claiming races though now, and now it's been racing optional claims. So it gets back to just a straight claiming, never won 2 lifetime. But this horse fits for sure. I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse win.
Well, and I love horses that get in on the exception of never 1 2 lifetime. That's won 6 times.
Look at that. You're right, man. Yeah.
And the 2 who's won 4 times.
Yeah. Whatever for the conditions, they're able to drop in, man.
Yeah.
All right. And then in the last, you obviously had no opinion because you pressed all button, which I looked at this race for a minute. You can see my notes. I didn't quite finish in the last race here, but I didn't really, when I first looked at this, I was like, oh man, you end up with a horse like the 5 who's won 7 times at the distance, the 2's won 4 times. I mean, but then you look at the win percent, Oldy, and this thing looks wide open.
Yeah, and there was one horse in this race, I think, that I didn't like. I believe it was the 4. And, I just wasn't going to let the top pace in the race at 4% beat me in the last. If I get here in a kind of anything could happen race, the 5 has won 8 of 29 and 7 of 19 at the distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild.
And it's also the top pick. That's probably your likely winner. There's just a bunch of speed in here. And that horse might get eaten up and it could set up for something different, or the 4 could get away. Lightly raced, could improve. But it looks cheap on paper.
I'm with you. All right, that's your ticket. We'll come back in 14 minutes. I would single the 5. My ticket's similar, Oldie, but I would single the 5 rates. That would be mine. A little bit slimmer towards the end, a little bit cheaper. I think the last race is tough. Similar in leg 2, but I'm going to bet a win bet for sure on the 5, this first-time starter, second EquinEdge pick. Really good GSR. I think it's the second. Yeah, behind the 3. I just done the 3's not taking money, so I don't trust this horse. 7 current favorite. So we will come back to that though. Let's
you want to put Laurel up and watch my single and see if it can get home?
Yes, we will do that.
Even though we're not alive there.
5?
Yep, the 5 horse. Currently pretty flat on the board.
We need some, I don't know, we need some more racing in the morning on these days. Especially when Gulfstream's been so chalky.
Yeah. No, and without Santa Anita there, we're still a month away from Woodbine starting.
With Victor Carrasco.
I think Thursday night's Woodbine
American
runs too.
Pyramid.
Woodbine?
Yeah, I think so.
Deco
Which gives
Strong.
another for that coaching class. Something else other than Charlestown to make it interesting.
Beneath the Stars. And Moody Woman. Moody Woman 4 to 5.
Yeah, no money to be made there.
And they're off.
Alan, I did not see a
American
reservation in the
Pyramid, very
system
sharp
for a
breaking
show.
guard
I
right
know
in
he
the front.
mentioned last
From
week he
Todo Sola alongside
might be
is
doing
second,
one, but I know
pretty
he's doing a
back, and
coaching
Beneath the
class
Stars,
tomorrow.
and Moody Woman settles at the back of the pack with
Or
Deco
Justin,
Strong
as
down to the
somebody's doing a coaching
inside.
class.
A race past the 6 furlong mark. American Pyramid ahead in front from Todo Sola, as Beneath the Stars will spy that pace from third position and 5 from the lead. Deco Strong on the inside and Moody Woman. The big favorite is last. And last now some 8 off for speed up front. American Pyramid ahead in front, pushed along by Todo Sola. They're on the outside. They're going a nice pace up front for Beneath the Stars in third. Now Moody Woman's called on to run for the back of the pack as Deco Strong tails off. Moody Woman still got 6 or 7 to make up. Into the far turn, and it is American Pyramid, Todo Sola, Beneath the Stars.
The
First
3
to
looks
make the move,
loaded.
well, 3 wide. Moody Woman gathering them in there from fourth. At 2.5 furlongs left to run, and Deco Strong is trailing the field. Beneath the Stars sweeping up to the lead. Moody Woman tries to follow that move out wide as they turn for home. American Pyramid is back third out of the inside, straightening into the stretch now. Beneath the Stars holding a lead, a length of change in front from Moody Woman. Moody Woman, though, keeps on charging, has plenty of momentum from last to first. Moody Woman.
That's a shame.
Moody
I read that. That's the only thing I read correctly there.
Moody Woman with a 16th to go.
Hey.
Pouring it on and opening up now. 3, almost 4.
Smoking.
Moody Woman and Carlos Lopez to take it up the inside. Deco Strong.
All right. Now you'll see, Oldy, you just came right to your other single. So you could stop, you can stop the chalk from happening, and hopefully the 4-horse wins here.
Yeah, I'm hoping the tactical ability of the 4 will just be in a better position and be there to pounce before the 7 can move.
Mm-hmm. You were I know Scotty's not doing a show tomorrow. I think, Alan, you were asking, but Oldy, you were commenting, but
yeah. The coaching
Scott,
class Sunday, or is it tomorrow?
Sunday night he does one. I did one what's today? Friday? I did one Wednesday at 10 a.m. He did one yesterday at 10 a.m. And then I think Oldy, you're gonna start doing Thursday night. I think that the next coaching class, not till Sunday, but it's already full, you all. That thing fills up so fast. They all filled up. It was pretty crazy this week. They were all full if anybody wants to join one. They're a lot of fun. I had a couple good bets on Wednesday's class. We had a couple winners. I think Scotty gave out the Gulfstream pick 6, he told me, on yesterday's coaching class.
Yeah, he was telling me that the ticket he gave out as part of that, the guy who was asking about it, him and that guy hit it for like $4,000.
Yeah, that's awesome. 7-horse, 5-horse, dual favorites here at Gulfstream. Been quite chalky if you're just tuning in. Nothing too exciting, but Ollie, we need the 4-horse here.
Yep.
Break the chalk streak. You hit your last single, so you can hit this one. Go ahead.
Scotty is credible, not incredible.
Yes, David. Oldie singled the 4, a Darsh. Oldie did. You could see his ticket there. He got the 4, man.
It's got it.
EquinEdge long shot. 17% to win. Had a tough trip last out, though, too, Oldie, I noted. That ain't too shabby. Drops in class. Bumped.
Off the layoff, gets Castellano.
This horse is working well, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's taking late money, too. So that's a telling sign, in my opinion. All of a sudden, that horse had been floating right around, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, I think. And all of a sudden got bet all the way down to 4 to 1.
I mean, the question is just, does the 2 get away, I think, too.
I don't think so. The Apprentice is on the 3. That's why I would say that. Morales is going to end up pressing the 2, would be my guess. This horse stops. Swoonatra. I mean, it stopped bad here with an easy lead. It won here in a 52, but it stopped, and then it won here in a 44. You go back here and it stopped in a 50. So it starts climbing the strength of race ladder, and this horse stops. And I would expect Kizzy. I'm guessing this horse Oldy with the apprentice for Magui adds the apprentice here and hasn't had one. I would fully expect this horse to press the 2 on the inside.
Yeah, no, I think so too. But and I'm just hoping they don't go too fast because I want the 4 sitting a close-up stalking trap.
Five can win.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about the 5. 5 got a big shot.
I also think the 5 could be up there with the speed horses because Jose might be in here to set up for Irad.
The thing about the 5 that, Abreu claimed this horse. You go from Sweezy to Claudio to D'Angelo to Abreu. I mean, Jose rides. They hit it 19%. This horse for sure is live. Been really popular on the claim though. So fourth trainer in 4 races, running well, but I would say jumps up in strength of race
and in class and in overall.
Yep.
Too. It's gone from a 20K claim to 35.
Yep.
And there was a conditioned 25K.
Yeah.
Are we getting close to the gate here?
Yeah, I'm flipping it right now.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Toward the rail, that's Mandy Green and Swoonatra, the first 2 to begin.
Get that apprentice on there, man.
4 wide is Demogorgon from 4th. A gap of 2, that ain't too shabby, comes away 5th. Trish the Ditch is 6th. 7th is Starry Hope.
Yeah, and the 5 did what I thought it was going to do.
Speed of Swoonatra. Swoonatra and Junior Alvarado around the turn on top by a length and a quarter. Kizzy is 2nd. A gap of 3 to Demogorgon, who races outside of Mandy Green. They're 3rd and 4th. 2 back to That Ain't Too Shabby, who's now 5th while under a stronghold. She works 3 ahead of Trish the Dish. Out the back are Starry Hope and Amazing Queen. 23 and 4 for the opening quarter. Kizzy pushing Swoonatra along. These 2 have opened a sizable gap on the 3rd horse, Demogorgon. 4th at the rail and Mandy Green. That Ain't Too Shabby is 5th at this stage, working 3 ahead of Trish the Dish. Amazing Queen.
What do you think? About 46?
Now the trailer is Starry Hope.
Yeah.
46 and 3 for a picked up half-mile speed. Kizzy taking all the starch out of Swoonatra. These 2 continue to spar, working 6 ahead of Demogorgon, who starts to take up the
I'd like to
3rd.
see some people closing in.
Shabby given the green light. Mandy Green holds down the rail with an opportunity. In fact, Mandy Green going better than Demogorgon at this point in closing ranks on the embattled duo. Quarter of a mile left to go. Here's Paco. Here's Mandy Green sweeping up on the outside. She'll have every opportunity from there. She has 2 to beat as nobody behind her is making any ground as Mandy Green has surged forward.
Yeah, that's the one.
She's 5 to 1 and she's a winner. She's Mandy Green for trainer Kevin Attard. There's a 16th to go and she clears off. Kizzy battles hard and she's going to cling to 2nd at a big price. Demogorgon is 3rd. Up 4th is Starry Hope.
7 never ran.
135 and 3.
7, yeah. 4 didn't really do much either.
Well, whoops.
Womp womp.
We don't need any Laurel. Golden Gate.
Trainer, any
5 minutes. Oldy, you like the 3. I like the 5.
You have to pay attention.
Good luck, brother.
It's that simple.
You too, man. It looks like the 3's taking the money.
Is not the fastest horse in the race. On the page, Stanford Grad is probably the fastest horse in this race. But first off the claim, I got to pay attention to it. He's got a good post position. Lifetime start number 3. First career race, he didn't run bad. Second race, he didn't break well. Came on a little bit late. Practical Bid's going to be my 2nd pick. Daredevil Princess number 4 with Yarmari Correa aboard. This daughter of Daredevil coming off an 11-length loss for maiden 25 last time out. That was her worst race yet. She actually finished off the board, beating 7-8 lengths in maiden special weight races and 2 races last year before that run in December and October. So maybe if she can get back to her best race, there were no excuses last time out, but if she can get back to her best race, then I think that she's eligible to outrun her odds. And the fact of the matter is, the first 2 career races, she didn't break well at all and was well out of it. And she passed a couple tired runners, but she was outclassed in the main special weight ranks. And
That was
last
crazy,
time out,
Scott. I
she
do
broke
agree.
a lot better. She had to steady off of heels down the backside, but she was a lot more keen, showed a lot more speed. It'll be interesting to see if maybe they take back again and make one run, because even though maybe they weren't trying to in those first 2 career races, she
It's
ran
interesting
better.
that
So
Matt
her
doesn't have the
numbers
5,
actually
even though he
indicate
has
that this
the.
gal fits in a race like this and for maiden 12.5. But she
And your
can't.
I didn't
5's
even-
not taking
last
any
week. She
money
hasn't run
either.
back to her first couple of races.
Have you
which
shown
were
your
a lot
ticket,
better.
by the way?
374 for me here in race
Yeah.
number 1. I
Hold
want to
on.
mention number 1 Middle Ice, and then we'll let you
Hold
go.
on.
A son of Keen Ice coming off a
Great.
runner-up.
That's mine. I singled to 5 in the first. Oldy singled to 3. Single merit, first time starter, 4-1 on the morning line. Second GSR, 35% Santos rides. I have no idea who Sheldon Paldianis is, but I think this horse is going to run at this bottom, not all the way at the bottom, but a low-level claimer.
Good. I mean, Golden Gate, the lowest. This is like a 30 or a 20 at most tracks.
Horse is taking no money, which I like, to be honest. 3-5 exacta might make a little bit of sense, to be honest.
And I think Matt was saying the 1 might show speed.
Blinkers? No, off dirt. Oh, so they're on the synthetic, but man, a horse has been sprinting on the dirt, so I guess it has shown speed in the past. I was just looking real quick. So, all right. Good luck, man.
You too. Oh, is this real? No, I'm just looking at the second choice at Fairgrounds. It's a 10-point pace advantage, but it looks pretty cheap. And as always at Golden Gate, there's the post drag. Do we want to talk Louisiana Derby after this?
Yes.
And the red light is now
We will.
flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Fields. The runners have made their way towards the gate for race number 1. The first race, ladies and gentlemen, kicks off the early pick 5 sequence. And remember, we also have that rolling high 5 carryover in this first race. Metal Ice is loaded to the inside post. Here's Silent Bullet, post position 2. Working with Silent Bullet.
Silent Bullet.
Silent Bullet.
Looks like one of the horses is actually run off with the jockey here. A bunch of people are looking over, and we see number 3, Stanford Grad, was actually at the 7/8 pole. So we're going to have to wait a minute or 2
Oldy,
until he gets back to the gate.
what just happened?
So stand by here.
Your horse decided
Nothing
to race the
uneventful
race
going on
before
other
it
than he
started.
just sort of ran off a little bit with the jockey, Asael Espinoza. They're at the 7 furlong pole, so they've got probably about little over a furlong to get back towards the gate, and then we'll begin the loading process. So stand by.
That's Oldy, when that stuff happens, it's just like, oh man, it's one of those days. Yeah. that is a WTF, Scott. I do agree with you.
And they have not announced that the horse is scratched either.
Well, I mean, I wonder what happened. What, like, the jockey couldn't, like, the horse just ran off? I mean, the jockey was still, like, couldn't pull it up? I mean, that's just strange.
I mean, sometimes they give a horse a warm up, but maybe the horse thought it was doing a warm up.
Stanford grad has gotten back to the starting gate.
That's wild.
They're going to run it, I think. No, the rider didn't fall off, Scott, from what they said. He took his rider with him.
Yeah, they just decided to go take a quick breeze right when they were about to load.
Metal Ice is reloaded into the gate, so the loading process has begun. Once again, Metal Ice in. Here's Silent Bullet coming up, post position 2.
It does not look like it's raining there.
There's not.
Working with
No, it's
Silent
nice.
Bullet.
It looks nice. It's not raining.
Yeah.
Stanford grad, the
maybe
rider
the rain
hopped
was
off
only
him,
in
Osai
Southern Cal.
Espinoza working with Stanford grad to come up to the gate. He goes in without the jockey. Daredevil Princess, post position 4. Single Merit, post position 5.
I mean, the 5 looks fit.
Single Merit, the first time starter.
I think the 5 going to run, man.
Single Merit's it. Curly Essa will be second to last to load. And to round out the field, Practical Bid. Here's Practical Bid. Go again. We're ready to go. We're off and running at Golden Gate Field. Stanford grad broke very sharply today, goes right to the lead, wastes no time. He's on top.
Yeah, Stanford grad's already shown that that's the one thing that he can do.
Curly Essa right inside of him, now easing off to run in the third position. Daredevil Princess is next. A length and a half further back to Single Merit. Metal Ice is second to last in the red jacket. And Silent Bullet is trailing 6 lengths off the pace, being held by Stanford grad, who leads the way approaching the 4th turn.
I like your 5 right now.
6-5 has the lead, a length and a tail.
You know, the jock kind of pulled the horse
bit on
back
the
at the
still
start.
there.
That was
Daredevil
interesting.
Princess attempts to get closer inside of Curly Essa, who's now between horses. Single Merit shaken up 3 deep, a gap of 2.5 to Metal Ice, patiently ridden second to last. And Silent Bullet's the trailer as they swing off the turn in the opener. Stanford grad clings on, but he's been passed immediately by Practical Bid. Practical Bid takes over the lead. Curly S on the outside trying to run him down in second. Practical Bid still there up top. Curly S is second. Metal Ice into third. 16th to go. Practical Bid. Curly S is diving after him. These two to the line together, and Curly Essa on the outside. I think he got it. Curly Essa over Practical Bid. Metal Ice photo for fourth.
Shot ended up winning there. The 0 for 13 horse. But Oldy,
been one of those days, Justin.
All I would say is this was not our day at all.
Sorry. It was not.
That was a rough day. That was a rough one. We'll close it out though, Oldy. Let's close it out with looking at some stuff at Fairgrounds. Louisiana Derby tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Photo finish. Photo in race 1.
So big card, if anybody has an interest in playing. Whoops, that's today. Tomorrow, a total of 15 races. It's pretty good. I mean, it's actually pretty awesome. Starts with a stakes race, a bunch of maidens, stakes, more maidens, a bunch of 3-year-old maidens. Like, I'd expect this to be pretty interesting. Quite a few graded stakes races here. There's it didn't like what I was doing. There's a bunch here in a bunch of grade 2s though, but race number 12, Oldie, the Twin Spires Louisiana Derby. When's the last time a horse won the Derby, the Kentucky Derby from the Louisiana Derby?
Oh, it was the horse that was that won due to the maximum security disqualification, I think.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Just bet Florent Giroux. I don't know, man. That would be very difficult. What's he even riding? Whoops.
I don't know. He's on the
Oh, he's
11
on
Jace
the 11
Road.
Jace's Road. I don't know if I could do it. What Oldy, who you like here?
So, I think that the favorite Instant Coffee has to be considered. I think it's going to be tough coming from behind there in a race without a ton of speed. I like
Are you worried about the distance here, though?
On the two. A little, yes, but what I was going to say is my top pick is the one Shopper's Revenge.
I think this I agree with you, though. I think this horse is dangerous, but keep going.
I think this horse has broken poorly and shown that it can rate, but I think that that Asmussen is going to have this horse souped up, and with the top GSR really wants this distance, and I think it's going to break well, and I think that this horse is going to show more speed and possibly be near or on the lead at the rail and get the short trip around, and it's going to be very dangerous here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is this horse just can't break slow. Like that's going to be the thing about the one horse Shopper's Revenge. But I don't disagree with you. You have the one, Bill. Yeah, I thought this horse was really interesting when I looked at this race, Oldie. I mean, it's Santana rides for Asmussen and 1-2 back in a 54 and then wins an allowance and like just kind of climbing up through the class ladder. And that was a 74 allowance. This race only shows up as a 76, which I thought was very interesting. Yeah. So this horse can't get shuffled and have a bad trip, but it should get the distance. And
but it did show in that last race that it can rate if it needs to.
No, and I think it'll be fine, dude. It just can't like end up with this awful trip in a 12-horse field.
Well, and one of the reasons I think it's going to break well here, look at the March 20th gate work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it broke well out of the gate. You're right. I mean, it had not been, these were all non-gate work. Yeah. So, they give it a gate work there and we're 4 days later. Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes people don't like seeing a gate work before a horse races like that. But I guess what I would say is it's good to see that it actually broke out of the gate. I'm assuming.
And I was once told to bet Asmussen horses when they have when their last work is a gate work and it's a bullet.
Yeah. David, you think Grindstone, Oldie, where's Grindstone?
I don't see Grindstone either.
Yeah. No Grindstone.
Grindstone won the Derby. Oh, I think they're talking about the Louisiana Derby.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought this horse was interesting for Steve too. I feel like he's gonna break through, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I thought that horse was dangerous though too, Ollie. I really did. What do you think of the Fletcher horse with Pratt, King's Barn, Oldie?
I thought this horse was really interesting. So I'm 1-4-6-2 here because I like the 9 also, but the 9 they announced is scratched and going to the Wood Memorial.
Oh, okay.
So you can take that out of there. And so I'm just 1-4-6-2. The 4 I thought was really interesting here. Almost won the Risen Star, even though it broke awfully. I think that with a better break, that horse likely wins the Risen Star, and it's probably pretty dangerous here if to Instant Coffee. Instant Coffee's won 3 out of 4. Little bit of distance questions, but the GSR doesn't drop that much. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong column. It does. It's almost a 20-point GSR drop. That may be a product of a small sample size because horses 9.5 is not even listed in GSR Plus.
Yeah, although it just goes down, I mean, to some extent, as it gets longer, but I get it. 9's only 84. 10, though, is 74. So, That was my biggest concern with Insta Coffee. I mean, this horse looks like the real deal. I wasn't sure if with Saez, if the horse was going to get the distance, which is where I thought King's Barn was pretty interesting. It ended up being the second EquinEdge pick. I mean,
yeah,
PSR also goes down a little bit, I would say, but 10 furlong 72, 9 furlong 77. So, still up there. Pratt comes in for Fletcher, which I thought was a little bit interesting.
yep.
I mean, obviously uses him. So I, was only 4% though, which I didn't love, but I tried not to pay too much attention to the win percents. But I'm with you. I think we like similar horses, Oldy. I thought the 1 and 6 would be tough. I thought the 2 may not get the distance. You talked about the 4. Somebody who was talking about Juice's Road. Oh, Scott, you were. The 2 and 4 have the same sire. Oh, that's good to know, Nate. Nice. Yeah, into mischief. Okay.
Yeah, but wider than that 8 post, I want nothing to do with at this kind of distance at Fairgrounds.
Yeah. What was your Oldy? When I looked at this, I was kind of confused because I'm like, what's the deal with the pace? Like, I mean, all these horses are within a 50. There's like no speed here. Like, what's going to be the pace in the Derby this year? I mean, I don't know. It's very interesting.
And I brought this up on Twitter earlier in the week that, this group of Derby horses is profiling similar to both the Medina Spirit and or I should say it the other way, the Essential Quality and the Tis the Law group, which both had not a lot of speed. That the Bafferts were able to steal that on the front end. Maybe it's Reincarnate, maybe it's National Treasure, but there may be an opportunity for a Yakfert, as I call them, to steal the Derby on the front end from Forte.
Yeah, I mean, getting off of the Louisiana Derby, I think Forte looks like the real deal so far. I haven't necessarily seen a lot that I thought was amazing. It's going to for sure be an interesting race, I would say.
I mean, the other horse I like is Practical Bid, I think. Practical something. Practical. I'm awful today. But the actual Yak teen horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would after Forte race why I think when was that? What prep was that? That was a month ago?
It was the Holy Bull.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Or
Whatever.
it's the Fountain Youth, whichever one comes. Yeah, it's the Holy Bull. The Holy Bull's the one that comes before the Florida Derby.
Yeah, it looked tough going into that race and then ended up winning. So my guess going to be tough, but not a lot of speed. So will be interesting for sure. So,
well, in the last 2 Derbies, like I said, the last 2 Derbies to play out that way, that heavy favorite horse lost to the horse that got away on the front end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right, brother. It's a pleasure. It was a rough day, you all. That was a rough one, but we appreciate everybody tuning in. Oldy, good luck this weekend if you're playing.
You too, man.
Everybody tuning in, we appreciate you all. Sorry it wasn't a better day, but we appreciate you, and thanks for tuning in. We will be back next weekend. I think maybe we'll be past the chalk, Oldy, next weekend.
Yeah, especially at Gulfstream, and hopefully my internet will be fixed tomorrow, so I'll also be on camera next week.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Have a good weekend. Spring is here. Hopefully we all start getting better weather, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Bye.